Hi, everyone. My name is Tony Huang. I'm the founder of TechExecs here today in Dallas. We're at the Dallas TechExecs CIO and IT Leadership Forum. We have a great panel lined up for you. In case you're not able to make it, we're going to bring some interviews and sound bites to share with you. So let's go grab a couple people and find out a little bit more about what they're going to be talking about. Hi, everyone. This is Tony Huang, the founder of TechExecs. Here we are at Dallas TechExecs CIO and IT Leadership Forum. With me is Dan Hayes, the chapter chair. How are you, Dan?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. So what's the topic and what are you guys going to be talking about today?
We're going to be talking about the rapid speed of delivering products and services to clients and the changing workforce and changing risks that you take on by trying to deliver more rapidly than in the past.
Who are the panelists?
Sharon Stufflebeme, the CIO of the Radio Shack, and then the CIO of Silverleaf Resorts, and then a good friend, Chris Spivey. He has his own company, and he's a big name in the audit world and project management, and has great big project experience.
Well, we're looking forward to getting some sound bites from it on the video, and in case you did not make it to the event today, you can watch some of the sound bites, and hopefully you can join us next time.
With me is Mike Jones today as one of the panelists. What is some of the highlights of what you're going to talk about in terms of rapid delivery today?
Well, I think with the economy and with all the things that are going on in the market right now in the industry, I think businesses are looking for those real short, quick, rapid projects that you see a quick business value on, and it's really short and quick to deploy. They don't want to do these long enterprise-wide developments. So I think we're going to talk a little bit about that and about what that means and what kind of project management you have to have over that, and what kind of benefits you're getting and how you're doing it. How do you cut through the red tape to do those rapid projects?
So the topic is rapid delivery, and I know you've done quite a few projects and digging some of them out of the ditch. What are some of those key issues that you find in rapid delivery and being able to successfully deliver to customers?
Well, one of the things that's most important in my mind is taking ambiguity out of the business requirements. And it's not just the ambiguity of the requirements, it's the ambiguity of how IT understands the requirement and how the business articulates it. It's about coming to a common language. It's about leveraging common values. It's about providing business not only to but with the business in the implementation of a new system and the automation of a process.
Well, and part of what we'll talk about a little on the panel, we'll get some more sound bites afterwards, but that ambiguity, why has that changed? What's different now in the need for speed, the need for delivery, and what's changed in the last couple of years, and why is that more important for customers now?
Well, I don't think it's really that's what's really changed. What's changed is we don't have so long to sit and go in a meeting and go, yeah, you just use 7 three-letter acronyms that I've never used before, and I wrote them down, and I can go back and I can ask, hey, what did that three-letter acronym mean? You have to know now. You don't have time to understand it, meet again. It's right here, right now. Otherwise, you spend another week getting the next meeting together.
Okay. Well, great. Well, thank you very much, and we'll look forward to you. And again, thank you very much for sitting on the panel.
With me is Brian, and Brian's the CIO for Tandy Letter. And at the same time, Brian's a PhD candidate doing a project surveying PCI compliance.
That's correct.
Okay. Good morning.
Morning.
So let's talk a little bit about your survey and the research paper that you're doing.
All right. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm looking at the factors related to PCI compliance. What causes are keeping companies from being compliant? And if you look at the industry as a whole, about 30% of companies are not PCI compliant. So I want to address that because it ultimately affects consumer confidence and business as a whole. And as consumers have confidence in what we do, they do more business with us. It's very simple.
Where can people participate with you?
They can send an email to bmadba@gmail.com. It's an anonymous survey. They're welcome to join in. They must be a North Texas resident to be in the survey. And then there's some nice drawings at the end of the survey for their participation.
And we have invited Brian to do the presentation of his survey at in our next event. So we look forward to hearing more from you.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
With me is Carl, and Carl is one of the presenters. He's from Time Warner Cable Business Class. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So for those people that are not able to make it today, what are some takeaway points?
I think the biggest takeaway points I got out of this was the criticality that CTOs, directors, anybody managing a data network or an IT infrastructure in an operational environment how critical it is to manage internally within their company, as well as the time it takes to deliver those services and taking shortcuts. And I think we learned a lot about how to increase productivity, and I think that message goes to the vendors as well.
I thoroughly enjoy your presentation, especially all the acronyms. Like a few CIOs actually in the audience thought about maybe you should write a dictionary, all the acronyms for telecom.
Well, I'd love to, but I think somebody already else has done that.
Again, thank you guys for being a sponsor, and we were looking forward to hearing more from you.
You bet. Thank you for having us.
With me is Paul. He's with Internap. So, Paul, tell us about yourself.
Sure. My name is Paul Carmody. I've been with Internap for just a little while here. My responsibility is managing the business units that we have at Internap. So co-location, managed hosting, content delivery network, and IP connectivity.
Paul did a very compelling presentation today. Got a lot of people excited in the back. So tell us a little bit about, for those people that were not able to make it, what are some takeaway points?
Sure. My point here was that IT really needs to move at the pace of business, and they have to do a little introspection in order to do that. And I broke it down into a simple acronym. I called CPR, not the medical version of the term, but the IT version of the term, which I said meant continuously improve capacity, which is you've got to continuously reduce costs, make your staff more flexible. You've got to pursue your core competencies, which means really refine down what you're trying to do from a departmental perspective and how it adds value to the business. And then finally, you got to remember your end user. In the end of the day, that's who counts. The person who experiences the application, are they satisfied with the performance and functionality of the application?
With me is Lupe. She's a Founder Circle member and with TechExecs, and she is the Senior Director of IT at Manatech. Good morning.
Well, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing
good.
I'm doing great. So you and I both I think we enjoyed the panel pretty well. What are some of the takeaway points that you thought that you learned today?
You know, I really actually enjoy the panel part of the presentations more than anything because you actually get to speak to people that are actually doing the job that you're doing or want to be doing. And I think today the takeaway was just, they were talking about rapid deployment versus, and how you go about that in the economy that we're in and the situations that we're in today. I really like the fact that they talked about making sure up front, before you even kick off an initiative, that you do have the right people involved, the stakeholders, these business sponsors, the people that are responsible for the success of the project. It's important that IT is aligned with that person or those people. And I have found that out myself, making sure that we do have governance in place to make sure we handle the changes that come about that might change scope or increase risk. So they all had different perspectives, and I think we've all probably been in those places at different times at different companies, especially the lady from Radio Shack. I just connected with her, and I'd really like to actually talk to her a little bit more about what her experiences are there. And then the offshoring model versus the onshoring model and the balance between those two and how you go about trying to figure out what's right for your company and your situation. So I really actually enjoyed the panel and everything they had to say. I think a few things resonated with me that each of them had to say.
So one of the things that we're trying to get more members to do is come to the events. Being connected is important.
Right.
As a busy IT executive, what compels you to come here today?
Well, actually, that's a good point because I was overwhelmed with all the events that I do attend and that I am involved with. And so I kind of steered away from the last few events, the last quarter of last year, just because I was so busy. But this year, I just, I wanted to get reconnected. The location is important. The timing is important. The advanced notice is important so that you can plan for it. So I was just ready to get back. It'd been a while since TechExecs had done an event, so I was ready for the event today.
But can we say, did you learn something today?
Yes, sure. I learned a lot today. And, I met a lot of great people, which is an added bonus.
Welcome back. This is Tony Huang. I'm the founder of TechExecs, and we're at the Dallas CIOs and IT Leadership Forum. With me is Don, and he's the Vice President of On Demand for Oracle. Good morning.
Good morning.
So for those people that are not able to make it today, what are some of the messages that you delivered in your presentation?
Well, Oracle On Demand offers services to customers using Oracle applications, Oracle database, and middleware technology. We will manage any products on the Oracle price list for the customer. We can also provide the infrastructure for running those products. And this frees the customer from having to assemble the entire solution, the in-house data center, infrastructure, staff to maintain that. And then we also have a proactive maintenance program that we put the customer on that keeps the software up to date, helps the customer avoid encountering problems, and gives the customer more flexibility to utilize their internal resources for other projects. We also have much greater depth and breadth of expertise around the Oracle products than most customers can hope to replicate. So we give the customer a lot more leverage in giving them a lot more domain expertise around the products. We help them to avoid problems because we see other customers who have encountered problems, so we can recommend patches that would help customers to avoid encountering the same.
Wow, what a wonderful event. It was a great event, and I learned a lot from our CIO panelists and also our speakers who gave us industry-specific updates about various different jargons and acronyms. If you're not able to join us today, please join us next time at TechExecs.net at one of our CIO and IT leadership forums. Join us online. Our website is www.techexecs.net. Again, this is Tony Huang, the founder. Looking forward to seeing more of you online or in person.